Did you know BBTS carries movie monster series stuff? They do. Check it out in the link in the description. Kaiju, turtles, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. It is Steven here, and I'm bringing you another movie monster series review. And interestingly enough, not Chibi movie monster series. Rest in peace, boo-boo. I think they're only going to release those again maybe once every 500 years. But anyway, today we have 3 figures up on the table for you from the Godziban series. What is Godziban? Basically a web puppet series focused around the 3 brothers that we have in front of us, featuring Godzilla-kun, Little, and Minilla. That's right, this is actually not Godzilla. It is Godzilla-kun, even though it looks like 1964 a whole lot, which we'll get in a little bit more detail, I suppose, as the review goes on. But anyway, for these figures, a lot of folks have been really looking at these because 1, Godziban, 2, these are new movie monster series figures for Little Godzilla and Minilla, even though it's not the proper design, and 3, it's new movie monster series stuff, even though we've been getting a ton of new MMS stuff. So let's stop talking and take a look to see whether or not these are worth adding into your collection. Godzilla-kun here with his golden eyebrows. Yeah, looks a whole lot like 1964, but he is not. He is in fact not. I will say that the detailing here for Godzilla-kun is actually rather nice. On mine, there's a little bit of a heavy-handed spray for the golden eyebrows, but realistically speaking, it's not all that big of a deal. The details are rather simplistic for the paint, not a whole lot to write home about. The only thing that I guess is a bit of a concern if you're really looking for accuracy here is that it's not necessarily one-to-one to the puppet. None of them are actually one-to-one to the puppet, but realistically speaking, it looks just fine. Now, we're not at the size comparison section yet, but based on the picture that you just saw with the Monster Arts 1964 Godzilla, these are actually going to be smaller than your average MMS figure. So yeah, we have a lot of leeway here for what is or is not acceptable for the paint application or for the sizing detail. Of course, I'm going to let you, yes, you, the person who is going to be bothered by it, not you, the person who understands that it's small and it doesn't really matter. I'm going to let you know about it, okay? Okay, so yeah, that's basically my way of saying Godzilla-kun here. He actually looks nice, and I would say overall has the cleanest quality control of the 3 brothers. Taking a look at Little here, because I guess he's just referred to as Little in Godziban, which Godziban would technically be the correct pronunciation, or Godziban if you're English, you know. Anyway, Little here has some interesting design choices, and I think that there's something here from a prototype phase that was carried over to the final product that they never really fully addressed. And that would be, if you take a real close look at Little's eyes, you can see that there are 2 rings. Well, 1 ring for each eye, but there is not a single paint application that lines up. So it's nothing like they're supposed to be circles for the pupils or anything like that. They're just kind of there. They're off-centered. They don't match up. So I wonder if they originally planned for a paint job to include them, but they didn't. Guess we'll never know. But anyway, overall, the paint application for Little is rather nice, has some, well, not necessarily rosy, but orange cheek spray, which is good. The gold on the belly is nice. Around the edges, though, it does bleed off a little bit and is thinned in some areas. So, hey, if you don't like perfection, then this guy might not be for you. What I will say, I think, is a legitimate criticism is that the dorsal plates aren't really all that clean. We can definitely see the green vinyl underneath for the majority of them. Does kind of look a little sloppy, but hey, considering the price point, which I haven't really talked about yet because we're going to save that until the very end, I really do think that all of the issues with Little here, those are just fine. Minilla. Looks like a toad. Okay, so he has the little circles on his eyes, which I guess those actually do match up for his pupils. So that kind of does make sense. His pose is rather unique because he has his arms straight out, like he's going to grab something. What? Dunno. I would rather not know if someone does know, so please don't let me know. Minnie is kind of creepy. I don't want to know what he's grabbing at. And overall, the paint details for this one, he doesn't have a whole lot going on. Now, sculpt, pretty straightforward. bumps and ridges on the back, so not a whole lot to talk about there. So overall, yeah, Minilla is pretty good. Clean claws, orangish, rosy cheeks. Yeah, very nice. So if you're going into the, I don't know, proper Godzilla canon between, little Godzilla and Minilla for being Godzilla's kids, I have to say that this one is executed just a little bit better than little Godzilla. But at the end of the day, little Godzilla is a bit more complicated with a whole bunch of sculpted details and more paint applications. So you've got to pick one or the other. Hey, ball's in your court. Now, let's take a look overall collectively at the tags, where we can see that the tags just have a general theme. On the front of them, they are going to have a picture of that specific Godzilla. Okay, cool beans. There is also going to be a QR code, which I'm told that the QR code takes you to a specific episode of the Godziban web series. Now, is that going to be one specifically for that tag, and it's a special one? Don't know. I haven't watched them. I unfortunately do not plan on it because I don't really have the time. But the QR code was on the screen for you to take a look at. So if you're watching this on your computer, hold your phone up. There you go. If you're watching on your phone, get home, do that. So I've talked about the tags. We've looked at the tags overall. So articulation, basic swivels here for your movie monster series stuff. We do have a couple of seams that are going to be on the figures, which unfortunately do not move. But then again, these are not action figures. These are just little vinyl figures. Now for little Godzilla, he is going to have a swivel tail along with swivel shoulders, whereas on Minilla, you would think, oh, do we have that swivel tail as well? And guess what? Yes, we do. So basically, the articulation is short, sweet, and to the point, and what you would expect. Now, a size comparison for you so you can see these are small. These are very, 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 very small. So if you think you could just use these for a quick, easy stand-in replacement for one of their main canon series counterparts, unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Now, why did I pick these up despite the fact that I really don't have that much of an attachment to the Godziban series? Well, I'll tell you folks, what if I told you you can get each one of these for under $20 at MSRP? Yeah, that's a pretty good deal, isn't it? Yeah. Considering the price point and the fact that, you would get a whole set right out the gate. If we don't get anything else, we get the 3 Godzilla brothers from the series. They basically gave us a complete collection right off the top, right at the height of Godzilla fever. And Godziban, by the way, just entered into, I believe it's its 3rd season, and they just introduced Biollante, so they have a whole bunch of momentum going behind it. Fantastic product choicement for Bandai. Good job. Will they release more from the Godziban series? Don't know. Can't say. Hope they do, because a lot of folks will like it. But for the price point, circling back to these guys, absolutely. If you can get them for a fair price, definitely pick these up. You'll love them. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.